Hello and welcome. Today we are going to talk about a very useful and important topic for every English learner. What is your English level? Are you a beginner? Are you elementary? Are you intermediate? Are you upper intermediate? Or are you already advanced? Many English learners do not know their real English level. Some learners think, my English is very bad, but actually, they can understand many things. Some learners think, my English is very good, but when they try to speak, they cannot explain their ideas clearly. Some learners understand English videos, but they cannot speak. Some learners know grammar, but they cannot use it in real conversations. Some learners can read English, but listening is difficult for them. And some learners can speak, but they make many mistakes with tenses, vocabulary, and sentence structure. So today, this lesson will help you understand your English level in a simple and clear way. This is not a difficult school exam. This is a simple English level test for real learners. You will hear questions. You will check your understanding. You will test your grammar. You will test your vocabulary. You will test your speaking ability. And most importantly, you will understand what you need to improve next. Because knowing your level is very important. If you do not know your level, you may study the wrong things. If you are a beginner, but you study advanced English, you may feel confused. If you are intermediate, but you only study beginner lessons, you may stop growing. So first, you need to know where you are. Then you can understand where you need to go. This lesson will help you learn step by step. Listen carefully. Answer honestly. Do not feel bad if you make mistakes. Mistakes are not a problem. Mistakes show you what you need to practice. And while you listen to this video, you will also improve your English. So repeat the questions. Say your answers loudly. Practice speaking with me. Use this video not only as a test, but also as English speaking practice. And before we begin, please like this video. Your like really helps this lesson reach more English learners. And if you want to improve your English every day with simple, powerful, and useful lessons, subscribe to this channel. Part 1. Beginner Level Test. Beginner level means you are just starting to learn English, or you know only simple English. At beginner level, you can understand basic words. You can introduce yourself. You can talk about simple daily life. You can use short sentences. You can answer easy questions. You may still make many mistakes, and that is okay. A beginner learner does not need perfect English. A beginner learner needs simple English. So in this part, we will test your basic English. Do not worry. The questions will be easy to understand. Listen carefully and try to answer. You can answer loudly for speaking practice. Test 1. Can you introduce yourself? The first beginner test is self-introduction. Can you introduce yourself in simple English? Try to answer these questions. What is your name? Where are you from? What do you do? What do you like? Why are you learning English? If you can answer these questions with simple sentences, that is a good sign. For example, my name is Daniel. I am from Canada. I am a student. I like reading and listening to music. I am learning English because I want to speak with confidence. This is a beginner-friendly answer. It is simple. It is clear. It is useful. Now try to make your own answer. You can say, my name is I am from I am a student. Or I work in I like. I am learning English because if you can make 5 simple sentences about yourself, you are building a strong beginner foundation. But if you cannot answer these questions yet, do not feel bad. It only means you need to practice self-introduction more. Start with short sentences. Repeat them every day. Speak about yourself in English for 1 minute. This is one of the best beginner exercises. Test 2. Do you know basic daily life sentences? The second beginner test is daily life English. Can you understand and use simple daily life sentences? Listen to these sentences. I wake up in the morning. I drink water. I eat breakfast. I go to work. I study English. I read a book. I watch videos. I listen to music. I sleep at night. These are basic daily life sentences. If you understand them, good. Now try to use them. Say, I wake up in the morning. I study English every day. I listen to English lessons. I practice speaking. I sleep at night. These sentences are simple, but they are very important. Why? Because English speaking starts from daily life. If you can talk about your day, you can start real conversations. Many learners want to speak advanced English, but they cannot explain their daily routine. So beginner learners should first master daily life English. Practice sentences like, I am eating, I am walking, I am learning, I am working, I am reading, I am listening, I am practicing English. These sentences help you connect English with real actions. Test 3. Can you answer simple questions? The third beginner test is simple questions. Listen to these questions and try to answer them. What is your name? Where do you live? Do you like English? What is your favorite food? What do you do every day? Do you practice English? Can you speak English? These questions are common. A beginner learner should be able to answer them simply. For example, what is your name? My name is Daniel. Where do you live? I live in Toronto. Do you like English? Yes, I like English. What is your favorite food? My favorite food is rice. What do you do every day? I study English every day. Do you practice English? Yes, I practice English. Can you speak English? Yes, I can speak a little English. These answers are short, but they are correct. At beginner level, short answers are okay. You do not need long answers in the beginning. First, learn to answer clearly. Then slowly make your answers longer. For example, beginner answer. Yes, I like English. Better answer. Yes, I like English because it helps me communicate with people. Beginner answer. I practice English. Better answer. I practice English every day because I want to improve my speaking. This is how you grow from beginner to higher levels. Test 4. Do you understand basic grammar? The fourth beginner test is basic grammar. At beginner level, you should understand simple grammar patterns. For example, I am, you are, he is, she is, we are, they are. Now look at these sentences. I am a student. You are my friend. He is a teacher. She is happy. We are learning English. They are at work. These are simple be-verb sentences. If you understand them, good. Now practice making your own sentences. I am, you are, he is, she is, we are, they are. For example, I am learning English. You are listening carefully. He is my brother. She is my teacher. We are practicing. They are students. Now let's test simple present tense. I study English. You speak English. He works every day. She reads books. We practice together. They like music. Simple present tense is used for habits, facts, and daily actions. For example, I wake up early. I drink tea. I go to work. I study English. I like learning. If you can understand these sentences, your beginner grammar is improving. Now let's test simple past. I watched a video. I learned a new word. I practiced English. I went to school. I ate breakfast. At beginner level, you may not know all past tense verbs. That is okay, but you should slowly learn common verbs. For example, go becomes went. Eat becomes ate. See becomes saw. Do becomes did. Have becomes had. Learn these step by step. Do not try to learn everything in one day. Test 5. Do you know basic vocabulary? The fifth beginner test is vocabulary. Vocabulary means words. Beginner learners should know common words from daily life. For example, family, food, water, house, school, work, friend, book, phone, morning, night, happy, sad, good, bad, big, small, easy, difficult. Now try to make sentences with these words. My family is small. I drink water every day. I have a phone. I read a book. I go to work. English is difficult, but I am learning. This is how you learn vocabulary. Do not only memorize words, use words in sentences. A word becomes powerful when you can use it. For example, do not only memorize the word happy. Say, I am happy. She is happy. I feel happy today. English practice makes me happy. This is real vocabulary practice. Test 6. Can you speak for 30 seconds? The sixth beginner test is speaking. Can you speak in English for 30 seconds about yourself? Try this. Speak about your name, your country, your daily life, and your English goal. You can say, hello, my name is Daniel. I am from Canada. I am learning English. I practice English every day. I like listening to English lessons. My goal is to speak English with confidence. This is a simple 30-second speaking practice. If you can say something like this, you are doing well at beginner level. If you cannot speak for 30 seconds yet, do not worry. Start with 10 seconds, then 20 seconds, then 30 seconds. Speaking improves with practice. Do not wait for perfect English. Start with simple English. Beginner level result. Now let's check your result. You may be at beginner level if you can understand simple English words. You can introduce yourself with short sentences. You can answer easy questions. You can talk about your daily life in simple words. You know basic grammar like I am, I have, I like, and I want. You can speak a little, but you still feel nervous. You need more vocabulary. You need more speaking practice. You need more listening practice. If this sounds like you, your level may be beginner. And that is completely okay. Beginner does not mean weak. Beginner means you have started. Every fluent speaker was once a beginner. Every confident speaker once made simple sentences. Every advanced learner once learned basic words. So do not feel ashamed. Feel proud that you are learning. How to improve from beginner level. If you are a beginner, focus on simple English first. Do not jump too quickly to advanced grammar. Build your foundation. Here is what you should practice. Learn 10 useful words every day. Make simple sentences with those words. Listen to easy English daily. Repeat short sentences loudly. Talk about your daily routine. Practice self-introduction. Read simple paragraphs. Write 5 lines about your day. Speak for 1 minute every day. For example, write, today I woke up early. I drank water. I studied English. I learned 5 new words. I will practice again tomorrow. This is simple but very useful. Also, practice these sentence patterns. I am, I have, I like, I want, I need. I can, I go, I study, I practice, I feel. These patterns can help you make many sentences. For example, I am learning English. I have a notebook. I like speaking practice. I want to improve. I need more practice. I can speak a little English. I go to work. I study every day. I practice English at night. I feel confident. This is how beginners become stronger. Remember, the beginner level is the foundation. If your foundation is strong, your English will grow faster. So practice slowly. Repeat daily. Use simple words. Speak loudly. Make mistakes. Correct them and keep going. The goal is not perfection. The goal is progress. If you can speak a little more than yesterday, that is progress. If you learn one new word, that is progress. If you answer one question, that is progress. If you practice today, that is progress. So keep learning. Your English level can improve, your confidence can grow, and step by step, you can move from beginner to the next level. Part 2. Elementary Level Test. Elementary level means you are not a complete beginner anymore. You know many basic words. You can make simple sentences. You can answer common questions. You can talk about your daily life, your family, your likes, your dislikes, and your routine. But you may still feel nervous when you need to speak longer. You may still make grammar mistakes. You may understand slow English, but fast English may feel difficult. You may know many words, but sometimes you forget them while speaking. That's normal. Elementary level is the stage where you are building your English base. You are moving from very simple English to more complete communication. At this level, your goal is not to sound perfect. Your goal is to make longer sentences, answer common questions, and speak with more confidence. Now let's test your elementary English. Test 1. Can you talk about your daily routine? At elementary level, you should be able to talk about your daily routine with more detail. Not only one or two sentences. You should be able to say what you do in the morning, during the day, in the evening, and at night. For example, I usually wake up early in the morning. After that, I get ready for the day. Then I have breakfast and start my work or study. In my free time, I practice English. In the evening, I relax and spend time with my family. At night, I sometimes read or listen to English before sleeping. This is a good elementary answer. It uses simple words. It uses time words. It explains daily life clearly. Now try to answer this question. What is your daily routine? You can use these words. Usually, after that, then, in the morning, during the day, in the evening, at night, before sleeping. These words help you organize your answer. For example, in the morning, I wake up and drink water. Then I get ready. During the day, I work or study. In the evening, I practice English. At night, I relax and sleep. If you can talk about your daily routine with 5 to 8 sentences, you may be at elementary level. Test 2. Can you use present, past, and future sentences? At elementary level, you should understand basic time. You should be able to talk about today, yesterday, and tomorrow. This means present, past, and future. Let's test. Present. I study English every day. I work in an office. I like listening to music. I practice speaking. Past. Yesterday, I studied English. I watched a video. I learned new words. I talked to my friend. Future. Tomorrow, I will study English. I will practice speaking. I will read a short story. I will improve step by step. Now try to make 3 sentences. One about today. One about yesterday. One about tomorrow. For example, today, I am learning English. Yesterday, I practiced speaking. Tomorrow, I will learn new words. This is very important. Because in real life, people often ask questions like, what do you do every day? What did you do yesterday? What will you do tomorrow? If you can answer these questions simply, your English is growing. Do not worry if your grammar is not perfect yet. At elementary level, you are still learning. But you should start understanding the difference between present, past, and future. Test 3. Can you talk about likes and dislikes? At elementary level, You should be able to talk about what you like and what you do not like. This is very useful in daily conversations. People may ask, "What do you like doing? What food do you like? What kind of music do you like? Do you like learning English? What do you do in your free time?" You can answer like this: I like reading books. I like listening to music. I enjoy watching movies. I like learning English because it helps me communicate. I do not like wasting time. I do not like waking up late. I do not like noisy places. Now make your answer better by adding a reason. Do not only say, "I like English." Say, "I like English because it helps me speak with more people." Do not only say, "I like reading." Say, "I like reading because it gives me new ideas." Do not only say, "I do not like wasting time." Say, "I do not like wasting time because time is very important." This is how you make your English more complete. At elementary level, you should start using because. Because helps you explain your reason. For example, I practice English because I want to speak with confidence. I watch English videos because they improve my listening. I read simple stories because they help me learn vocabulary. I speak slowly because I want people to understand me. This is a very useful skill. Test 4. Can you ask simple questions? English is not only about answering. You must also know how to ask questions. At elementary level, you should be able to ask simple questions. For example, what is your name? Where are you from? Where do you live? What do you do? Do you like English? What is your favorite food? What time do you wake up? How do you practice English? Why are you learning English? These questions are common in conversations. Now let's understand question words. What is used for things? What is your name? What do you do? Where is used for place? Where are you from? Where do you live? When is used for time? When do you study? When do you sleep? Why is used for reason? Why are you learning English? Why do you like reading? How is used for method or condition? How do you practice English? How are you? If you can ask and answer these questions, your communication becomes stronger. Many learners only practice answers, but asking questions is also important, because questions keep conversations alive. Test 5. Can you describe people, places, and things? At elementary level, you should be able to describe simple things. For example, you can describe a person. My friend is kind. He is helpful. She is hardworking. My teacher is patient. My brother is funny. You can describe a place. My city is beautiful. My room is small but comfortable. My school is big. My workplace is busy. You can describe a thing. My phone is useful. This book is interesting. This lesson is helpful. English is difficult, but it is important. Describing things helps you speak more. You can use simple adjectives like good, bad, big, small, easy, difficult, beautiful, helpful, interesting, busy, quiet, friendly, important, useful. Now practice. Describe your city in 3 sentences. For example, my city is busy. There are many people. I like my city because it has many useful places. Describe yourself in 3 sentences. For example, I am a simple person. I am learning English. I want to become more confident. This is good elementary speaking practice. Test 6. Can you speak for 1 minute? At elementary level, try to speak for 1 minute about yourself. You can talk about your name, daily life, hobbies, and English goal. For example, hello, my name is Daniel. I am learning English. My daily life is simple. I usually wake up in the morning and get ready for the day. I work or study during the day. In my free time, I like reading, listening to podcasts, and watching useful videos. I practice English because I want to speak with confidence. Sometimes I make mistakes, but I'm improving step by step. This is a strong elementary answer. If you can speak for 1 minute using simple sentences, you are moving forward. If you cannot speak for 1 minute yet, practice slowly. Start with 30 seconds, then 45 seconds, then 1 minute. Your speaking will improve with repetition. Elementary level result. You may be at elementary level if you can introduce yourself clearly. You can talk about your daily routine. You can answer common questions. You can use simple present, past, and future sentences. You can talk about likes and dislikes. You can ask basic questions. You can describe people, places, and things. You can speak for around 1 minute with simple English. You still make mistakes, but people can understand your main message. If this sounds like you, your English level may be elementary. That means you are no longer only starting. You are building your foundation. Now your job is to speak more, listen more, and make your answers longer. How to improve from elementary level. If you are elementary, do not only memorize words. Use words in sentences. Do not only read English, speak English. Do not only learn grammar rules. Use grammar in real examples. Practice these things. Talk about your daily routine. Talk about yesterday. Talk about tomorrow. Talk about your hobbies. Talk about your family. Ask and answer simple questions. Use because to give reasons. Use time words to organize your speech. Learn common verbs. Repeat useful sentences loudly. For example, practice this every day. Today, I practiced English. Yesterday, I learned 5 new words. Tomorrow, I will speak for 1 minute. I am learning English because I want to communicate better. This simple practice can help you move to the next level. Remember, elementary level is not weak. It is a very important stage. This is where your English starts becoming useful in real life. Keep practicing. Keep speaking. Keep building your confidence. Part 3. Intermediate level test. Now let's move to the intermediate level test. Intermediate level means you can understand and use English in many everyday situations. You can speak about your life. You can give reasons. You can talk about past experiences. You can talk about future plans. You can share simple opinions. You can understand normal English if it is not too fast or too difficult. But you may still struggle with fluency. You may still pause while speaking. You may still search for words. You may still make grammar mistakes. You may understand English better than you can speak it. This is very common. Intermediate level is a very important stage because this is where many learners get stuck. They know English, but they do not feel fluent. They can understand, but speaking still feels difficult. So, in this part, we will test your intermediate English. Test 1. Can you speak longer with details? At intermediate level, you should be able to give longer answers. Not only short sentences, you should be able to explain your ideas with details. For example, if someone asks, "Why are you learning English?" A beginner may say, "I want to speak English." An elementary learner may say, "I am learning English because I want to speak with confidence." An intermediate learner can say, "I'm learning English because it is an important skill for communication, work, and personal growth. I want to speak more confidently in real conversations. Sometimes I feel nervous, but I practice every day by listening to English, repeating sentences, and speaking about my daily life." This answer is longer. It gives reasons. It explains feelings. It gives examples. This is intermediate speaking. Now test yourself. Can you answer these questions with 4 to 6 sentences? Why are you learning English? What do you do in your free time? What is your biggest goal? What is one habit you want to improve? What did you learn recently? If you can answer with details, you may be intermediate. Test 2. Can you give opinions and reasons? At intermediate level, you should be able to give your opinion. You should not only say yes or no, you should explain what you think and why. For example, do you think English is important? A simple answer is yes, English is important. An intermediate answer is yes, I think English is very important because it helps people communicate around the world. It is also useful for education, work, travel, and online learning. When people know English, they can understand more information and connect with more opportunities. This is a strong answer. It gives an opinion. It gives reasons. It gives examples. Now practice these opinion phrases. I think, in my opinion, I believe. From my point of view, I agree because. I do not fully agree because. For example, I think daily practice is important because English improves with regular use. In my opinion, speaking is difficult because many learners are afraid of mistakes. I believe listening is very important because it helps us understand natural English. Now test yourself. Can you answer these questions? Do you think English is important? Why? Is speaking more difficult than reading? Why? Do you think mistakes are helpful for learning? Why? What is better? Studying alone or studying with others? Why? If you can give your opinion with reasons, your English may be intermediate. Test 3. Can you talk about past experiences? Intermediate learners should be able to talk about experiences. This means talking about something that happened before. For example, I started learning English 2 years ago. At first, I was very nervous. I could understand some words, but speaking was difficult for me. Then I started listening to English every day. Slowly, my confidence improved. This is a past experience. It uses past verbs like started, was, could, listened, improved. You do not need perfect grammar, but you should be able to explain your story. Now practice with these questions. When did you start learning English? What was difficult for you in the beginning? What helped you improve? What mistake did you make before? What was your best learning experience? Here's a useful structure. In the beginning, I. After that, I. Then I. Slowly, I. Now I. For example, in the beginning, I was afraid to speak English. After that, I started practicing simple sentences. Then I listened to English videos every day. Slowly, I understood more words. Now I feel more confident than before. This is a very useful intermediate answer. Test 4. Can you talk about future plans? At intermediate level, you should also talk about the future. You should be able to explain what you want to do and why. For example, in the future, I want to speak English fluently. I want to improve my communication skills because English can help me in my career. I plan to practice speaking every day. I also want to learn more vocabulary and improve my pronunciation. This answer is clear. It talks about goals. It gives a reason. It explains a plan. Now test yourself with these questions. What is your English goal? What do you want to improve in the next 6 months? How will you practice English? What skill do you want to learn? Where do you see yourself in the future? Use these phrases. In the future, I want to. My goal is to. I am planning to. I would like to. I hope to. For example, my goal is to speak English with confidence. I am planning to practice every day for at least 15 minutes. I would like to improve my listening and speaking. I hope to communicate naturally in real conversations. This is Intermediate English. Test 5. Can you understand main ideas in English? Intermediate level is not only about speaking. Listening is also important. At intermediate level, you should understand the main idea of simple English videos, podcasts, or conversations. You may not understand every word. That is okay. But you should understand the main message. For example, if you hear a short talk about daily habits, you should understand. The topic is daily habits. The speaker is talking about discipline. The speaker says small habits are powerful. The speaker gives examples like reading, exercise, and English practice. This means you understand the main idea. Many learners feel bad because they do not understand every word. But you do not need to understand every word to understand the message. First, focus on the main idea. Then focus on details. Then learn new vocabulary. This is the correct way. Ask yourself after listening, what was the topic? What was the main point? What examples did the speaker give? What did I learn? If you can answer these questions, your listening is improving. Test 6. Can you explain a problem and give a solution? At intermediate level, you should be able to explain simple problems and solutions. For example, my problem is that I understand English, but I cannot speak fluently. I think the reason is that I do not practice speaking enough. To solve this problem, I will speak for 5 minutes every day. I will also repeat useful sentences and record my voice. This is a strong intermediate answer. It explains the problem. It gives a reason. It gives a solution. Now test yourself with these topics. I cannot speak English confidently. I forget words while speaking. I understand English, but I cannot reply quickly. I feel nervous in conversations. I do not know how to practice every day. Use this structure. My problem is, the reason is. To improve this, I will. For example, my problem is that I feel nervous when I speak English. The reason is that I'm afraid of making mistakes. To improve this, I will practice speaking alone first and then try small conversations. This is clear and useful English. Intermediate level result. You may be at intermediate level if you can speak about yourself with details. You can give opinions and reasons. You can talk about past experiences. You can explain future plans. You can understand the main idea of English videos or conversations. You can explain simple problems and solutions. You can speak for 2 or 3 minutes, but you still pause sometimes. You make mistakes, but people understand your message. You know many words, but you still need better fluency. If this sounds like you, your English level may be intermediate. This is a very good level. But it is also a level where you must practice more seriously. Because many learners stay intermediate for a long time. Why? Because they stop challenging themselves. They only watch videos. They only read. They understand English, but they do not speak enough. So if you are intermediate, your next goal is active practice. How to improve from intermediate level. If you are intermediate, you must start using English more actively. Do not only consume English, produce English. This means speak more, write more, give opinions, explain ideas, tell stories, describe problems, give solutions, record your voice, practice real conversations. Every day, choose one topic and speak for 2 minutes. For example, talk about your daily routine. Talk about your English journey. Talk about your goals. Talk about one problem in your life. Talk about one lesson you learned. Talk about why English is important. Also, learn connectors. Connectors help you speak longer. Use words like because, but, so, however. For example, that is why, in my opinion. First, second, finally. For example, I am learning English because I want to speak with confidence. Sometimes I make mistakes, but I continue practicing. I listen to English every day, so my understanding is improving. For example, I watch simple English videos and repeat useful sentences. These words make your English more organized. Also, practice shadowing. Shadowing means you listen to an English sentence and repeat it immediately. This helps your pronunciation, rhythm, and fluency. For example, listen to, I am improving my English step by step. Then repeat, I am improving my English step by step. Do this every day. Your speaking will become smoother. Remember, intermediate level is powerful. You are no longer just learning basic English. You are learning how to express ideas. You are learning how to explain yourself. You are learning how to communicate in real life. Part 4. How to improve your English level. Knowing your level is only the first step. After that, you need the right practice. If you are a beginner, build your foundation. If you are elementary, make longer sentences. If you are intermediate, speak more actively. If you are upper intermediate, speak with more detail. If you are advanced, become more natural, professional, and fluent. 1. Improve listening. Listen to English every day. You can listen to simple lessons, podcasts, short stories, conversations, and motivational videos. Do not worry if you do not understand every word. First, understand the main idea. Then listen again for details. Then repeat useful sentences. Listen. Repeat. Use. This method can improve both listening and speaking. 2. Improve speaking. Speaking improves by speaking. Start small. Talk about your day. Talk about your goals. Talk about your hobbies. Talk about your English journey. Record your voice. Listen again. Correct small mistakes. Repeat daily. If you speak a little every day, your confidence will grow. 3. Improve vocabulary. Do not learn words alone. Learn words in sentences. For example, do not only learn the word confidence. Say, I want to build confidence. Speaking every day improves my confidence. My confidence is growing. A word becomes yours when you can use it. 4. Improve grammar. Grammar is important, but learn it step by step. Start with useful patterns. I am, I have, I like, I want, I need, I can, I will. I was, I did. I have learned. Use grammar in real sentences. That is how grammar becomes practical. 5. Improve reading and writing. Read simple English every day. Read short stories, simple articles, motivational paragraphs, and English lessons. When you find a useful sentence, repeat it loudly. Also, write a few lines every day. For example, today I practiced English. I learned 3 new words. I listened to a short lesson. Tomorrow I will practice again. This helps you think in English. 6. Practice according to your level. If you are beginner, practice basic sentences. If you are elementary, practice daily life conversations. If you are intermediate, practice opinions, stories, and longer answers. If you are upper intermediate, practice deeper topics like confidence, discipline, and success. If you are advanced, practice professional English, presentations, and complex ideas. Do not study randomly. Practice what your level needs. Now you understand how to test your English level. Beginner means you can use simple words and short sentences. Elementary means you can talk about daily life and common topics. Intermediate means you can explain ideas, opinions, past experiences, and future plans. Upper intermediate means you can speak with more detail and talk about deeper topics. Advanced means you can explain complex ideas and communicate naturally in many situations. But remember this, your level is not your limit. Your level is only your starting point. Be honest about your level. Practice every day. And step by step, your English will become stronger, clearer, and more confident.